Hi guys, good afternoon, welcome to the channel. Something completely different today. I'm out on my own because I've taken my XSR 900 into Arnolds Yamaha for its service, and they've been very kind enough to lend me the new Tracer 700. And I've only ridden it probably 2 or 3 miles, and you can see where we are. We're at St George's Park, the new training base for the England football team. So I've only got it for an hour, so I can only give you a very, very basic outline of what I think to this bike. And I'm a big guy. I'm 6'3" and quite heavy. 18.5 stone, whatever that works out in kilos. I'm a big fellow, and it's a smallish bike compared to what I normally ride. So anyway, since I've only got a short time with it, shall we go and ride it? Just to give you guys some background, if you're new to the channel, I normally ride a Yamaha MT10 and an XSR 900, which has been converted to look like an RD350LC, and also ride my wife's bike, and she's got a street triple, and we're just looking for something that might tour a little bit easier, maybe for us both to use. And we've got the CP4 motor, we've got the CP3, so I was anxious to see what the CP2 motor was like. And so far I've been quite impressed. What do you think? Sounds quite nice actually, for saying it's Euro 5 compliant, this bike. I'm going to be taking it quite easy because it's a bit damp. As you can see, it's just been raining a bit. And what I am getting, I'm getting quite a lot of wind noise up around my helmet area. Let me just try that screen a bit. No, I can't get it to go down now. I'll have to stop and adjust it. Never got on with screens because I've got a really tall body. Like I say, I'm 6'3", and I always struggle to get comfortable behind screens. In some ways I'd rather not have a screen. That's why I'm currently on a naked bike touring now. It does get a little bit fatiguing with no screen when you're doing big miles, like Carol and myself do when we are out touring. All the controls are very light. Feels a light bike. I think it's something like 190 kilos. I'll have a look at the specs in a bit. It certainly gets a shift on. You've got to bear in mind, I'm used to a quite powerful bike with the MT10. I mean, that really is scarily fast sometimes, but you pay for it in fuel economy. Whereas this has got the same size tank as my MT10, which I think is a 17 litre tank, and you've obviously got much better fuel economy with this CP2 motor. Ooh, I'm not sure I'd go there, mate. Just bide your time. Let's nobody get injured. I was reading on Bennett's review of this bike, and they were saying they were getting around about 60 mpg out of this, miles per gallon. I don't know what that converts to in metric, and this, bear in mind, gallon is a UK gallon if you're watching this in America. It'll overtake a tractor all right. Actually, it handles beautifully. It really does. Feels really flickable. light. It's just a pleasure to be on, really. The only thing I'm not enjoying so far is a slight booming I'm getting past the side of my helmet, the wind noise. I'm going to see if I can pull in somewhere and see if I can get that screen to go down. I don't think it's a criticism particularly of this bike. It's most bikes that I ride that have got screens on, I really do struggle with. So I've got regular length legs but a really tall body. So it seems to slide up and down easy enough now. Stopped. You click it down to make it hold and not rattle around. Definitely my first experience with this engine. I have to say I'm pleasantly surprised by how punchy it is for what probably for me classes as a small engine. It's not really a small engine, is it? 6 whatever it is, nearly 700cc, and about, was it 72, 73 horsepower, something like that. What annoys me somewhat when I look at other online reviews of this bike, lots of people are saying, oh, it's a great first bike. And why would it necessarily be your first bike? I've been riding nearly 40 years, and oh, are you gonna wait there, mate? Thank you. I've been riding nearly 40 years, and I'm enjoying riding this bike, and seriously considering it for doing some gentle touring on. You've seen, well, if you're regular viewers of my channel, you've seen Carol and I out on our tours. We don't go crazy fast, and just looking to see if I can find something that's maybe a little bit more comfortable. Maybe something that does a little bit more to one's tank. And I'm guessing this will probably go nearly twice as far as my MT10. Both got 17 litre tanks, and the MT10's doing about 35 mpg. This is doing what, nearly 60. I think for me is deciding whether both me and Carol would be happy with the power it's got to do an overtake. Say you're doing, I know, 40 in a 60 and you want to overtake a car. So let's do that little test, shall we? Make sure there's nobody front or back of me. That's a nice straight bit of road, isn't it? Right, we're doing 38. Should we go into second? It's not bad, is it? Really not bad. You know, you could live with that, couldn't you? It really does get up and go. Oh dear, look at the mud on the road here. We shall really take his time here. I've signed away my life at the dealership with my credit card, so last thing I want to do is take it back bent. I'm definitely, now that screen's down, I'm definitely getting more wind blast, but I'm not getting the noise, which I think I actually prefer. So for me, the screen had stayed down, but I guess if Carol was riding it, or a shorter person than me, you'd probably feel very different. Gearbox is lovely, smooth. Just have a feel of the brakes, there's nobody around. You've got to really press that back to activate the ABS, but it does activate with a really good press. Let's try the front in a straight line coming up to here. Yep, nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that at all. The clutch is very light. Controls are all very simple. There's no fancy technology on this. I don't think there's even traction control. There's the basic ABS, which is, you know, what you have to have by law. I don't think there's rain modes or anything like that, but 75 horsepower, 72 horsepower, whatever it is, do you really need modes and rain modes? I mean, the throttle seems lovely and progressive. So I just think it's more stuff to go wrong, and that's why I really love Yamahas, because they just keep going. They really do. I've had my MT10 4 years and my XSR a year now, and neither bikes have been any trouble. And the MT10's got, what, 23,000 miles on it, completely trouble free. And it is why I'm really interested in staying with Yamaha. If you go down here towards Marchington, no idea where I am. Get down some country lane, shall we? I do feel pretty instantly at home on this. I don't feel squashed up in any way. I mean, probably the bars feel quite close to me, but I'm actually quite a bit more upright than I am on my XSR or my MT10. I'm more of a length forward on those bikes, so the bars do feel a bit closer to me, and they're fairly wide apart, but it's a very comfortable position. I'm just more upright, so I don't know what that'd feel like long term with pretty much all the weight on your backside rather than some of it on your arms. Well, I hope this isn't going to turn into a farmer's yard down here. Is this a place to stop here? It looks fairly good to stop and give you a little walk around, doesn't it? So guys, what do you think of the way it looks? I'm not sure I'm into the grey. I've got grey, haven't I, on my MT10, but grey and blue wheels. I think it's a smart looking bike. I think currently they're retailing at 7,799, basically £7,800, which I think is reasonably good value for money. For this year, it's had the whole front end revamped, hasn't it? It's got these tiny little lights down there. I'm not sure whether they're LED. I think they're projector lights anyway. And I think the lighting is supposed to be much improved over the old model. I'm guessing there's been some weight saving there as well. Yep, curb weight 196 kg. And that's obviously with all this new Euro 5 gubbins. Let me show you here, look. See where the downpipes come out of the engine before, they used to just go down into the cat. You've got this catalytic converter there, look, going round into another cat box round there. Yeah, I mean the noise is fairly subdued, but it still sounds like a twin, doesn't it? The thing I like about this as well, they've stuck decent tyres on it for OE tyres, Michelin Pilot Road 4s, and they're good tyres. I've had those on previous bikes. Been really impressed with them. There's no quick shifter or anything. It is a basic bike. I don't think, unlike the 900 GT, it's got any hard luggage. Oops, sorry guys. Hard cases are available in colour-coded options for the Tracer 700, along with taller screens, lowered seat which takes the seat down 20mm, and a comfort seat. So best hop along to the Yamaha website, take a look. Right, back to the video. The seat so far feels pretty super comfortable. It's nice and wide, feels plenty of padding in it. We personally wouldn't be buying it for pillion use, and I think that's where you might find the limitations of the power of the engine if you're hauling luggage and you're two up, especially the size of myself and dare I say it, my partner. It's the main reason we ride two bikes, to be honest with you. I mean, it's got conventional forks on it, but it doesn't feel the worse for it. Nice handguards, LED indicators. It looks like the forks are adjustable at the front. You just got a very simple dash there. It's like a negative white on a black background. Simple left, right, horn, high, low. Oh, that's your trip info. That's your high and your low. And stop and start button there. And there's not a lot else to it. Very, very simple, but very few things to go wrong. And the thing I love about all the Yamahas I've got is they've got a key in. None of this keyless nonsense. Looks like you get the running lights when the ignition's turned on and not the headlights. That's high beam. Low beam. I do like it that it looks equal, that both lights are on as well. I always think these ones where you have the high beam on one side, low beam on the other side, just looks strange when they're on. People think you've got a light out. And what do you think to the noise? It's fairly subdued, isn't it? Actually, it doesn't sound too bad at all, does it? Got a lovely thrum with it. Anyway, shall we get on and ride some more? Okay, let's try and find a way back to Burton on Trent. Even the mirrors are the same as my MT10, I think. I think honestly guys, it's going to be one of these bikes I find very difficult to fault. It's reasonably well priced, it's light, handles great, it doesn't feel too springy even with a great lump like me riding it. Everything's lovely and clear on the instruments. You can see the fuel gauge. We've got 1 bar left before the empty will start flashing at us. Good gear indicator, nice and clear. I mean, there's a reason they've put this CP2 engine in the Tenere, because it is super reliable. It's punchy, and they've obviously thought it suits the character of a dual-purpose off-road, on-road bike. I think the only thing that puts me off the Tenere, I like the looks of it more than this, but the seat's so narrow. I think I'll be super uncomfortable on that seat before long. Anyway, my hour with this little bike is just about up, and to sum up, I really like it. I think it's a great bike, I really do. And you get all the advantages of Yamaha reliability as well. But if you're looking for a fun, practical, well-priced, reliable bike, I think you could do a lot worse than look at this. Fits me, I'm 6'3". I think it'd probably suit a smaller person as well, maybe marginally better. But at least having a light bike, you're not going to drop it when it's loaded. You're not going to drop it in gravelly car parks. It's a sensible option, kids, but it's not the unexciting sensible option. So anyway, thank you very much for watching, and maybe catch you on the next video. Cheers for now. Bye bye.